Hello here. Today I would like to tell you about one type of services which is very popular today in IT field. It is a new opportunity of the information technology. Here you can see the quotation of a well-known person. According to his advice, we would try to get rid of the secret and to learn some kind of stats and services which can help us in the future. The first point of my plan is startup. Crowdfunding services are closely connected with this term, but what does this word mean? Its common meaning is not a project. Startup is a company generally newly created. The term became popular internationally during the dot-com bubble, when a great number of dot-com companies were founded. The companies were led by the motto, get big fast. The Nasdaq Composite rose rapidly, then fell suddenly, and the dot-com bubble burst. As a result, the word startup became well known, but unfortunately a lot of companies died. To avoid becoming bankrupt, startups need to get extra help. It's not an easy task, but how can they get it? In Russia, we have different structures giving the support to promising projects. Accelerators such as business incubators and technoparks can speed up the development. Also, there are Russian Venture Capital Association and different funds, for example, Internet Initiative Developing Fund, angel investors, etc. All in all, it's an endless list, and among these services, we may find crowdfunding platforms. Crowdfunding is a practice of funding a project by raising many small amounts of money from a large number of people, usually via the internet. To simplify, we have a project and a crowd which is ready to donate their money on startup stage. And you can meet really interesting projects who got their support thanks to crowdfunding platforms. Kickstarter platform released its best of list for 2012. According to it, over 2 million people funded at least one project and invested a total of over $300 million. It's more than $600 per minute over the course of the whole year, with more than 18,000 projects successfully funded. The index was funded on Kickstarter platform. The developers started to plan Kickstarter campaign due to the lack of finances. The campaign began in November 2012. The studio asked for £14,000. The amount was reached a week later, and finally it got over the £30,000. The game is will be ready to release in June 2014. Here you can see some of the devices successfully funded on such platforms. We've just looked at several projects. Let's now take a look at types of cooperation. Depending on the kind of reward, one can distinguish between at least 4 types. Donation-based crowdfunding, in which the contributor essentially donates money, and sometimes they may receive a thank you. Reward-based crowdfunding, in which contributor got their reward, often a product overnight. Credit-based crowdfunding is a form of a credit loan. Equity-based crowdfunding, in which the contributor receives shares of a company. Let's now take a look at models of crowdfunding. All or nothing. When the fundraising period is over and the goal isn't met, all the required service of a particular problem. I think that the future of crowdfunding is quite interesting because it's developing very rapidly. Crowdfunding platforms earn about 5 or 15%. It depends on the platform and the kind of service. The first Russian statistics takes place on the site crowdsourcing. Also, I should mention the first April joke about our government charity. We have such experience too. Starting the new project, one should remember the list of our problems is very big. So I hope that starting your own IT project, you will remember about such a helping service. Thank you for your attention. Of such platforms, a lot of cheaters started to plan their campaign on such resources.
What Russian crowdfunding platform they implement?
Can you repeat the question?
What Russian crowdfunding platform are they implement?
There are lots of platforms. I can remember the Boomstarter, Planeta.ru, that's all.
Would you like to start your own project?
Maybe in the future I would like to start, but now I have no ideas.
What project got the biggest amount of funds during the movie sales cycles?
It's a very hard question because there is no full statistics, but I can tell you that the video games got big amounts of money. For example, Wasteland got about $3 million on Kickstarter.
What is the popularity of crowdfunding in our country, and is it so popular now?
Of course, the popularity abroad is greater. In our country, it's comparatively new phenomenon, but I think it will develop. I should tell that crowdfunding services in our country are used for charity, funding videos, not the IT field, but I hope the statistics will change.
According to your opinion, what should they do to increase the popularity of crowdfunding in Russia?
The crowdfunding is I think that crowdfunding is mostly created by the crowd and the people, so it's only our initiative.
For example, you have a whole that you need to create projects. What kind of project would it be?
I haven't heard the second part of the question.
What kind of project will it be? For example, you are going to start a new project.
it may be some kind of sensors connected and sites, something connected with IT flow.
Famous crowdfunding projects, do you know in Russia?
As I have told before, in Russia we have such famous projects in music and video. Such groups as Animal Jazz and Parole Shoot were funded thanks to such platforms.
What steps do I need to do to use these platforms?
First of all, I think you should send a letter to the organization and if they approve it, you should tell about your project in this case, if people learn about your project and they will believe you, they perhaps will fund.
In what country would you like to start recording? I'm not in Russia.
Perhaps in the nearest future, in Russia, it will be the great platform for startups.